Hey, how's it going, guys? Christopher here from Shards and Shenanigans. You know, the last time you were with us, the audio quality wasn't so great. And I'm here to tell you that that issue is still existing right now. Just want to give you a heads up. We're working on the issue, but hopefully this is the last one with some quality like this. Hope you're enjoying the show. It's been a blast getting to see Kyle and I go on this journey. Thanks for joining us. And sit back and relax. Enjoy the ride.
Let's do it. You ready?
I'm ready.
Alrighty. Welcome back to Shards and Shenanigans. I am your co-host, Kyle. That's Sexy Man is your other co-host, Christopher. And we are going to be covering chapters 15 and 16 today. So we're wrapping up part 2 of Mistborn.
What? Did you right?
So that's end of 15 does that, and then start of 16 is at the part 3, Children of Bleeding Sun. So
wow, time flies.
We're moving right along. So we are gonna jump in with the snack. So Quan, I think it's a new character for us in the snack.
Yeah.
Betrayed the person that the snack, who I think is still the Lord Ruler here, that whatever he did betrays or like haunts this guy's thoughts. That he was basically, Quan was a terrorist philosopher. He's the first one who called this person the hero of ages. And it seems ironic and surreal that after he had struggled to convince all of his colleagues that he's now the only major terrorist holy man to preach against his reign. So,
whoa,
there we are.
Juicy snack.
Juice, dude. I'm tasting the juice squeezed out of that.
Me too. Pulp.
But you know that juice is really just a little drizzle on my entree to spice that up. And so we're going to jump right in chapter 15, baby.
Juice testing. It's a fruitcake.
Yeah. So we're jumping into 15, and obviously we're just after the night raid on the Lord Ruler's palace. And Doxson is upset with Kelsier, which I think is kind of probably going to be a good theme for us. That seems like that might be something of like, Kelsier, you did something stupid, and Doxson, who's kind of the level-headed one, is going to be kind of on his case about that. So he's pretty upset that Kelsier took Ven into Credit Shaw.
Right.
And, you know, Kelsier is upset with himself. He's saying that he should have died himself when he was in the pits, and that he should have never come back to bother any of them. And Kelsier's burning pewter here during this conversation. He has several wounds that he's recovering from, that his miscloak is in tatters on the floor, and he's bruised up, he's burned, he's flaring his pewter, just trying to do anything he can to make himself feel a little better. And it's good. He's focusing his anger and his self-loathing, it says. So, but we're not just here with Doxson. Kind of the whole crew is here. Clubs, Ham, and Breeze are all hanging out, and you know, we're just seeing how everyone's pretty incredulous that Kelsier would do something like this. They're kind of asking what's happened. You know, oh, you left her there, and Kelsier kind of gives the backstory. Some stuff that we didn't really maybe see from his perspective when they were inside, where basically, again, that there were the 3 Inquisitors, but that only one, you know, like he was trying to keep 2 of the Inquisitors busy, one followed her, but that, you know, he doesn't know what happened. Maybe they made too much noise going in. Maybe they were already just hanging out there. But he doesn't really understand kind of how this happened, essentially, again, because it sounds like this is pretty similar to what's happened to him before, at least how he explained it to Ven before they went in.
Right.
So Kelsier's feeling kind of this pain in his chest, you know, about how he's basically let Ven die. as well. First it's Mare, then it's Vin, and how many more people is he going to lead to slaughter? And so Kelsier's, is saying like, well, maybe she's hiding somewhere in the city, who knows? He starts to make a plan of, hey, we're going to go out, we're going to go look for her. It sounds like Lesta Burnez. How do you say his name?
Lesta Bonas. Yeah, that's definitely the young character.
Yeah, and so he's here as well. He's like, we're going to split up. We're going to go check some different places. And everyone's kind of starting to move. Maybe go out and do that. And they start to hear footsteps as Lesta Burnez rushes down the stairs into the room and says that someone's coming. Same big man in a robe. Kelsier's thinking that he's kind of led destruction to led destruction to the crew. And the back door slams open, and it's Sazed, and he is carrying Vin. So I would like to point out that when we were discussing the previous chapter, we had talked about who might have come, and I was certainly on the Lord Venture, well, not Lord Venture, but
Elend. You're on the Elend Venture train. Yeah, right. You were like,
but then right at the end, I switched it up and I said, well, maybe actually now I'm thinking about this, maybe it's Sazed. So
I was so excited, I had to keep my cool, dude.
Yeah, like, dude, you did good. I could. Yeah. You had you kept the face. Your poker face was up.
I was trying to be chill as a cucumber.
Yeah, you didn't give it away, my man. So
well, no, I loved it. I loved where you were going, though. That was really fun. Like you were kind of you weren't sure, and like it's well written that way. I don't know how you could have taken a break between reading that chapter and this one.
Oh, dude, it's been hard.
Oh my god.
Yeah, our reading and recording schedule is messed up. So we're gonna start hammering it hopefully.
Just do it every day. Make it part of the workday.
Yeah. Yeah. We're doing 22-hour days every day.
Every day.
So Kelsier is seeing her, she's wounded here. He's thinking, wow, she's so small, so fragile. How could I have taken her with me? She's bleeding. She's got a huge wound in her side. Hammond bends down and pours some liquid into her throat. She's still unconscious, but it seems like she has enough familiarity with allomancy to basically burn metals unconsciously, which is a new feature or trait that we're discovering or learning about for the first time.
And Sazed calls him over. He says, Master Hammond, I require some pewter. He's like very direct, Come here. We're going to take care of this. It's a great scene.
I don't know if we had talked about this, but Sazed refers to someone by Master Clayton, which I think that's clubs, based on what we see here, but I can't, part of me wants to say we have heard him refer to that before.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's very direct, it's like almost like a surname and maybe like a business name. We know that like Clubs has this shop and this front. And so like maybe it's like part of Sazed's proprietary nature of just being polite or something like that. I'm not sure we had seen that before. I think, Kelsier is not like that. He's going to call you by your underground name. That's his vibe.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, but Sazed's definitely using some proper names here. But I guess if he's like someone who's worked in like service.
Yes, absolutely. He's trained.
Okay.
Very well trained in decorum.
So he has Clubs, basically use his apprentices to go fetch some things, bandages, medical bag from his room, and he's going to go to work on her. The wound's super deep in her gut. We get some details about how it would, basically it's would have killed someone else, like for sure.
Yeah, Peter's helping her stay alive.
Without her allomancy, there's no way that she's alive. And Sazed, we're learning here's a healer, and while he remembers things about religion, his metal mind contains vast wealth of information on culture, philosophy, and science. So that's the first time we've heard referred to a terraceman or someone like one of the keepers as a metal mind.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's
his metal mind, he calls it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
I'm not sure what that exactly means yet, but
No, definitely not.
obviously a
First
source of
mention and
he's using something like he's got some stuff going on.
yeah, he has some stuff. He's special in a different way. Yeah, pretty cool.
Well, and I'm surprised here with his special abilities that he basically performs surgery on her. He sews up her insides, and then he sews up like the exterior wound, and then they carry her off the bed. And says it's saying like he doesn't know if she's going to survive. They're going to need to keep her supplied with pewter, almost like an IV drip.
Yeah. Right.
And
like an IV drip. I love that. Great reference.
Yeah.
I didn't think about it.
And even with that, stronger men have died from wounds smaller than that. And Kelsier's like, yeah, but he's thinking that she's strong. She's not an ordinary person. But then he is saying that he arrived too late. I'm sorry. Says it's saying that he arrived too late and that, that he couldn't find her at first. And that basically, I'm sorry, let me just go back. He's saying that he was too late and that when he found out she was gone from Renault's mansion, that he came to Luthadel as quickly as he could and that he used up an entire metal mine to make the trip.
Whoa.
So I don't really know what that means.
Right. Yeah, you definitely don't. And it's very interesting, right? It's it's a rude introduction to something completely different than everything we've been learning about. And I love it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah. No idea.
Yeah.
And then the attention shifts to the book that Sazed had found, which is the same that Vin had basically carried out with her out. It was up on the altar in Creditshaw when she was being chased by the Inquisitors.
Yep.
And so it's written in Clenny, and it's the Clenium language of the Clenium people, which is the pre-ascension homeland of the Lord Ruler.
Wow.
And Kelsier's kind of excited by this kind of, this turn of events. And he's asking, can you translate this? And says it's yes, but not tonight. I need to rest. So whatever obviously he's worked hard, but I think whatever he's done, in order, these metal mines, I think it's really taken a lot out of him. Move on past the book. Dockson's just got some more hey, yep, you're an idiot. What you did tonight was not smart. He's very, very upset. Not just about Vin, but also that the Lord Ruler's going to be on to them. He brings up the same thing about, Kelsier, basically got Mayor killed by trying to get into that same rune. And Kelsier, this is when he finally brings up that he's kind of got some doubts and that he's worried and the plan's good, but he has this bad feeling that they're never going to succeed as long as the Lord Ruler's alive, and that you take away his money, take away his armies, get him out of the city, but it's not going to stop him. Right. And so, Kelsier's basically alluding to hey, this 11th metal is the ticket and we need to use it to basically kill the Lord Ruler, but whatever everything he's trying to use this 11th metal, he can't make it work. And so that's why he was trying to go back into that palace. He thinks that maybe the Lord Ruler's hiding something and maybe it's going to be the trick to figuring out how to stop him. It's just interesting that he is working towards, how can he overcome this Lord Ruler and kill him, and everything that he's doing is kind of failing, and he's definitely, this is a low for Kelsier is where I'm trying to go with this.
For sure.
He's definitely down in the dumps. We get a few more details about the book that I don't know if they're important, but the book's laying there on the table after Sazed had left, and that it's strapped tightly to prevent water from seeping in. And the cover's well-cured leather. And Dockson kind of ends the chapter here asking, hey, was this all worth it? And Kelsier says, I don't know. Ask me once we know whether or not Vin will live.
Oh,
and that's it, man.
Yeah.
That's the end of 15 and end of part 2.
Yeah, one of my favorite parts there at the end, where we get just kind of a little bit of some cool info I wanted to add about the Lord Ruler is a sense where he talks about searching for years, right, to find a way to kill him. And men have tried everything. He ignores wounds. Decapitation only annoys him. Like, a group of soldiers burned down his inn, and he was barely more than a skeleton and then healed in a matter of seconds. So, like, the amount, like, this detail, I think, is just tucked away in this little sentence, but I mean, it really shows a lot of scary, like, power, and Kelsier's, like, afraid, like, how do you kill someone that can't die? So he's like, yeah, he's all in on the 11th medal for sure. So I love it. Yeah. Well, what did you think?
Yeah, I thought that, it obviously leaves you, like, part 2 leaves you on the cliffhanger about then what's going to happen. I thought that they were going to leave us on a bigger cliffhanger of, like, we don't know where she is. We're going to go out and look for her.
Right.
Who knows where she's actually at. So, to get a little, like, resolution with her, basically Sazed coming to the rescue on that, I think was good. Learning some good details there about prior attempts to kill the Lord Ruler, learning some good details about Sazed and his metal mind. Like,
the Keeper reveals here are so cool.
And they're just like tidbits, right? Like, they're not the full thing. You're just like,
these more breadcrumbs, like, but these are new ones, right? Like,
they are new
because you're like, what's a keeper? And you were onto it. You're like, this is different. Like, you were like, you were picking up that it was, like, unique. I just was, noticing that, and you picked up on it just fine. But then it just explodes into these, like, cool kernels of knowledge, if you will, like popcorn.
Yeah, it comes at you quick, and I think popcorn's a good analogy because, like, it kind of pops at you because it's just this one little nugget, right? Like this one little kernel of popcorn. But I guess you just got to keep munching on them to get down to the truth.
Just got to keep munching. Sometimes popcorn's a snack. Sometimes it's a meal. Sometimes you're really full after eating it. Maybe that's a better way to put it.
So
good. I thought it was just a great chapter, and I loved seeing Sazed in this role here, really, like, taking control, seeing, like, the things are out of control here, and I'm gonna make them better. It was pretty awesome. I really liked it.
Oh yeah, very, very good. So yeah, I mean, for me, that wraps up my basic thoughts, and I think up to this point, finishing out part 2, it's good to have a little more action, where you've kind of spent some time, obviously, world building, character building, working our way through that kind of stuff, and so it's good to see some of the plan kind of, well, not even really the plan, but
right. some of Kelsier's reaction.
Some stuff kind of go down, and so it's good to get those new nuggets and good to see some action. So we'll see how that carries us into part 3, which we're going to talk about right now.
Part 3, episode Children 16
of a Bleeding Sun.
What does that even mean?
Nobody knows. Brandon Sanderson doesn't even know.
Ashes. Ready for a snack?
So, we're snacking it up. I think the
midnight snack.
Got the popcorn, buttered it up a little bit of salt.
Ooh.
That's what it is. Maybe a little cheese. Maybe put some
hot sauce on there.
Some chocolate down there for the people that like it sweet.
I put some Worcestershire on there, but not with the chocolate.
Wish it was her sister sauce?
Worcestershires.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. The sauce from the Worcestershire.
Okay, perfect. So the snack, I just highlighted the whole thing because I thought it had, I thought it had quite a bit of info. So this person, who I'm thinking is the Lord Ruler, saying that many people thinks his journey starts from Clinium, which we had just learned is where
he's from.
The Lord Ruler's from.
Yeah, we're in now. We're in like
that. It's a great city of wonder.
Whoa.
And that people forget that he wasn't a king when his quest began. People should remember that this task of his wasn't created by, these great men or people of power. that it didn't start in Clinium or Cordell.
Yeah.
And it didn't come from the Great Nations. It didn't come from the fiery empire of the West. And that basically began with a young youth, the son of a blacksmith, who was unremarkable. And that basically began with him,
Except perhaps in his ability to get into trouble.
Yeah.
Like a little
Which is very,
rascal, innocent.
Almost Kelsier-like in a way. Like,
oh, sure. Yeah, right.
I mean, I don't think it's Kelsier here, but like, I think there's some similarities of like, Kelsier's on this mission. He's been called, what was the last one? In the last snack, they talk about how hasn't Kelsier been called, what was it here? Hero of Ages. Hasn't he been called Hero of Ages?
Or doesn't I think he's been called like the Survivor. He's been called the Survivor, and they've talked about the Hero of Ages.
My problem is I first thought these were Kelsier.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. Yeah.
In one of the original snacks, whoever this was referred to themselves as the Hero of Ages, I think. And that's probably what I'm getting confused with.
So you no longer think that any of them could be, like, you think it's all the same person?
I think it's all the same.
Cool.
I mean, because they kind of build upon each other.
I do. I think there's definitely connections, 100%. Yeah, I know, especially this one where we're dating it with someone that you've been suspecting it could be related to, right? Like right. Plenium doesn't exist right now. It's like where they were from.
Oh yeah. So it's a good snack, I think.
Me too.
For like your like second breakfast or second meal a day, or really third. I mean, we snacked, we mealed, and we're snacking again. It's like almost like afternoon tea.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get into like supper, maybe dinner.
Yeah. We need some shepherd's pie.
Oh yeah. So we're some limbus bread. So we're gonna jump into 16, and so Vin is waking up, and she's kind of, I mean, I wouldn't say hallucinating, but she's kind of feeling like she's having these thoughts of the pain, and she's associating them with like her brother beating her, and maybe she had done something foolish to like upset a crew leader, or like
living in her memories, like
she's
so wounded and so defeated that she's like, am I, what is the present?
Right. Oh yeah. She doesn't understand where she's at or what's going on at first, and she kind of starts to be like, oh no, this pain's something different. She coughs, she opens her eyes, and Lestaburnes, little what should I call him? He's like, he definitely has a
teenage boy. I see it too, for sure. He like kind of stares at her awkwardly, and he's like, he's just got a crush, but he's very awkward, right? The way he talks is like very strange, different dialect. I think he's talked about it before, but yeah.
Oh yeah. He's got that country boy accent.
Absolutely.
And confusing. She sees him and remembers, oh, Lestaburnes, that's his name. I must be in Club Shop. And he jumps to his feet and he's like, you're awake.
You're awaking.
Yeah, you're awaking.
It's so strange.
Very awkward. Yeah. Weird kid. And she gets out his name, and he says some weird shit again. Naughty as the now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't even, like, some of his lines here I can like kind of
logic out,
around, but like for this one I'm like, nodding as the now. I don't even know what that would mean.
Oh, nodding as the now. I think he's saying not anymore. Because read the next sentence.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. Because the next one he's saying that.
This is a translation of Lestaburnes. Yeah, I know. So like, this is something I struggle with. I'm like, I just like don't love it as like a nickname for Lestaburnes. I don't know. I struggled with this when I first read the book. I was like,
well,
spook?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
And it's weird.
Name said that.
Yeah.
And Vin thinks here, she goes, it fits.
Yeah.
Which,
yeah.
So she's on board too. So
everybody's like
on board with Spook. Apparently.
All on board. Yeah,
hop aboard the Spook train.
I think it's like a stance that he's taking, like, this is a different universe, and that's not like, he's very intentional with language, and this is probably like the riskiest thing that he does, in my opinion, for names, but I think he's not meaning it in like that way. I think it's just hard to disconnect from our own, understanding. Because I had a hard time with it. I was just like, I almost put it down. I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, I thought that was an interesting choice. But that's now his name. Yeah. Spook.
Yeah. Spook. So Spook calls her, he tells Vin that she's been out for 2 weeks, asleep for 2 weeks. So that's a good time reference here. And that he tells her to wait here. He calls down the hallway. And she's starting to think, wow, 2 weeks, that's obviously a long time. She's got some tea. She's drinking in some tea, also letting the afternoon sunlight kind of wash over her. And she's obviously healing up here. She's got a large bandage on her side. And she's thinking that's where the Inquisitor hit her and that she should be dead. She knows that she should be dead. Doxson busts in, says, that she's awake. He's very excited to see her. How much does she remember? And she's saying that she remembers pretty much everything. And she's like, Kelsier, what about Kelsier? Because she was thinking that Kelsier's dead, right? Like that second Inquisitor came
after her.
Her whole thought was like,
the only way
they must have finished him off and come after me.
Right.
And, Doxson's like, oh, it's fine. He came out in far better shape than you. We get that tidbit that, the Inquisitors didn't seem very focused on killing him.
They were going
left
for you.
One to chase him and sent 2 after you.
Yeah.
And Ben's thinking, well, why? Did they want to concentrate their energy on the weakest enemy first? Is there some other reason? And she's kind of trying to work that through her head, but she's obviously still tired and healing, so it's not really coming to her right now. And she's thinking, she has the other realization now, like Sazed, where's he at? He's the one that saved me. An Inquisitor was going to kill her. She's like, where is he? And what is he? And Doxson says, that's something that only he can answer, that he's back in Felice. Breeze and Kel are out doing some recruiting. Ham left last week to inspect the armies, and that
he will be back for a month.
He's not going to be back for a month. So
bye, Ham. I was sad. I like Ham.
Yeah. So Vin's hanging out. He's like, just get some more rest, drink some more water, and that's kind of it. So
she goes back to sleep. Perspective change.
Oh, I guess it's not. It's kind of the same perspective. It's her perspective, I guess.
But a time change, right? She falls back.
Time change. Time warp.
She's like healing in and out of consciousness, and she has this like moment of clarity. Is how I kind of interpret it.
I like that. So Kelsier's there when she wakes this next time. He's hanging out. Says welcome back. First thing she's asked is like, how's the job going? And so he just kind of fills her in on how the army's still growing. They're getting weapons and supplies. That they think that her suggestion with the ministry that Theron's contract is going to go well, and that Marsh is going to be the one that they're going to try to send in as a spy, which I think this is my prediction is that this is all fucked.
Oh, really? Tell me more.
Marsh, he gives up on his dream of the rebellion, supposedly, and was he I don't know. I just don't buy it. I feel like they got to him and he gave it up and maybe gave them some information. And this is just a good opportunity for him to almost play the double agent or triple agent or whatever it is.
Right.
I don't know. It just seems things are weird. I'm still not 100% on board.
You're not on board.
Marsh being a good guy still.
Interesting.
Maybe he was.
I like it.
But I think someone got to him.
I like where you're coming from. Yeah, it's a good idea. So I wonder what will happen.
So Marsh can't trust him. Not to be trusted, but they're going to trust him.
He's going to be the one. They're trusting him to be the ministry acolyte.
Well, and especially here, Kelsier says that he always had a certain fascination with the ministry.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I don't know. This is so fucked.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, Kelsier apologizes to Vin. She's like, no, I'm the one that followed you. Remember, and they just kind of go back and forth about that. They created a cover story for Vin as the Lady Villette, basically she's been taken ill, and that, but that they've put some rumors out that she's starting to appear, and that they want to get her back out, out and about, so people can at least see her. And then saying, "Oh, I'll go out tomorrow," and Kelsier's thinking, "No, maybe not tomorrow, but soon. Like,
Yeah, you're gonna like pass out.
Yeah. And then has this good thought, and she asks Kelsier, like, "Hey, we're not invincible." Like, she had all these newfound abilities, powers, allomancy. Like, it's all new to her. She's feeling on top of the world, right? Like, this was her calling. She is felt so powerful, and then like in the split second that all just went away because these Inquisitors just beings. Turned her world upside down. And so she's now has like, hey, like, we need to kind of watch it here, like, we're not invincible. And he's saying, nope, like, we're far from it. So then we get another time warp, and we are now back in a carriage. Vince on her way from Clubs' shop to the Mansion Renault. So she's leaving Luthadel and she's going back to Felice. And, it's on her way out there. She's feeling like she's glad that she's up and at it again.
Yeah, she's kind of talking about just like feeling guilty for recovering.
Yeah. So she's feeling guilty, like she feels like she should be helping, doing something, like, and so she feels guilty here, and she's kind of surprised that this crew didn't exploit her while she was in this weakened state. That people cared for her, and the most notable person who cared for her is Spook.
Yeah, Mr. Bernes. Yep.
Mr. Bernes, caring for her and basically watched over her, many an hour, because he's got a thing. He's infatuated.
Yeah, he's got a crush for sure.
And, she's just having all these thoughts about, like, the crew and, like, what's going to happen to them if this all goes wrong, and how this entire plan's kind of a disaster. And Green would have left when he could have, and basically she's thinking, like, he always knew when to leave, and that, like, he left obviously before Cayman's crew got slaughtered, and right. So, like, maybe she should have left too. And she's been ignoring some of his
logic,
the subconscious thoughts from him in her head,
right?
And she's not feeling. I don't know. She feels comfortable with Kelsier's crew, but she's still having some of these like thoughts. And then now, I think now that she's feeling more comfortable, she's saying like what if it's almost like the other side of it now? Like, what if they don't want me anymore? Like she's almost feeling where her insecurity before was like, who are these people? This can't be real. Like, they can't be this close. They're not this sincere. Now I think she's pretty comfortable with it, but she's like, well, what if they outcast me? What if
they leave me?
No longer
I'm not good enough
to belong. Yeah. So, she's having typical Vin teenage angst, I feel like, about her place in the world. And,
for sure.
Especially, you throw someone like her. I mean, she's already been through a lot and probably is very mature. Just based on her upbringing, but you throw anyone at that age into a situation like this, like, of course they're going to be conflicted and have all kinds of.
Well, then you give her back part of her childhood almost with letting her go to these balls and letting her let her get to explore her feminine, right? And that's something that she didn't have the pleasure of doing before. Pleasure, luxury, privilege. She was just surviving. So. I think that's introducing a lot of different thoughts and feelings. I think it's well written. It's cool how it starts to invade it.
I don't know if I thought about that, but that's a good perspective to have.
No, I kind of see it when I'm reading, I guess. Yeah, for me, noticing and attention to that, and I appreciate it.
Nice. Yeah, so I mean, she's having all these thoughts in the carriage, and then the carriage kind of pulls up to. They're in Felice, and they're at the manor house for Lord Renault, and he's there himself on the steps waiting for her. And
Yeah, Renault.
You know,
I love
he asks about her ride, and yeah, and it was refreshing, Uncle. You know, and she's kind of, you know, she still thinks she's still got pewter burning. We learn here because obviously she's still healing, and that basically
she burns it all the time.
She's going to have to basically keep using it for a while. It seems like until she's at least fully healed. And you know, Renault's like he's definitely whatever he is. He's in character because he's like, you know, we're going to take lunch together on the balcony, and like it's just kind of weird. And she's like, okay, this will be like that would be pleasant, and she's kind of finding that is
it weird for you or is it weird for Vin? What's your vibe on it?
Well, she's thinking it's weird, right? She says that, or she has a thought of like the imposter's noble bearing is intimidating,
right?
But she like kind of just falls in line with it, so she's weirded out. I'm weirded out too. Like, you know,
why is this guy so on point? He never drops character. Method actor. Like, what's his deal?
Yeah, and we obviously know it's something fucked up based on the.
People were interested
that we
in
got
it.
when they were talking to
a long time ago. Do you remember it? Yeah, totally. I'm glad you're holding on to it. I think that's good. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love it. It's very. I love all your thoughts. Please keep sharing.
Thanks, Benny. Thanks. And so she's basically like, you know, I need to visit Sazed. Where's he at? And he's in the library. He's working on one of my projects. Renault says, and she says thank you. So she basically climbs up to the library. She realizes that even while burning pewter, trying to get down the corridor and up the stairs really takes a lot out of her, and she's kind of realizing how weak she still is, despite the fact that, you know, she's up and at him. She's obviously not 100%.
Yeah.
And she stops there in the doorway. She sees Sazed. He's in his like steward's robes, and he's got spectacles on, which she's, you know, never really seen him wearing or like reading with them, which now I didn't even think about this when I read it, but like, what if they're magical spectacles? Like, what if they're helping him everything that he's reading? What if it's like meta AI Ray-Ban glasses that are going to like soak in the knowledge from the book right into his brain?
Interesting.
I know. Maybe I'm getting too in the weeds here.
I like it. I don't think the weeds are a bad place to
go. Weird.
It's interesting note they bring it up, right? He's wearing spectacles. I'd never seen him wear. Why do you say like? Why'd you add that, Sanderson? I think we're getting some kernels, buddy. I think we're getting some kernels here.
Metal mind.
I'll just put it that way.
Metal.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Perhaps. Perchance.
What does lightning that hits metal that's in sand turn the sand into? Glass.
Yeah.
What do you use glass for? Glasses.
Metal on metal. I mean, you know.
I mean, there's a lot of connections.
I mean, I love it. I love where your head's at.
So anyway, so she's, you know, she finally speaks to him. He's got the tome that she had taken with her out of Shaw, and he's studying it. And she's saying, "Hey, you're an Allomancer," and he's like, "Well, what makes you say that?" And you got to Luthadel too quickly. And he's kind of trying to like throw some stuff at her about horses and stuff, but she's like, "Nope, you found me, and you killed the Inquisitor." And he's like, "No, it takes far more power than I possess to kill one of those monstrosities. I simply distracted him." So obviously, a couple more kernels here of popcorn.
I agree.
And as far as who says it is.
Yeah.
And so she's like, "So, like, are you an Allomancer? Are you not?" And he's like, "You know, what would you say if I told you I wasn't?" And she's like, "You'd be lying." And I thought this was pretty clever here when she said the best liars are those who tell the truth most of the time, because he says, you know, like, have you ever known me to lie?
Right. She's like, that doesn't mean I can trust you.
Yeah, she's trying to figure it out, and she's got him locked in on this Allomancer tract, but he's saying like, "Oh, like you just know everything about the world. You just discovered Allomancy like 2 months ago, and now you are an expert on everything."
Right.
And she's got this thought that Kelsier gave her, which there's always another secret. And so
That's
then she finally
directly
asks,
Sanderson
yeah,
talking right to you, right there.
right,
That's how I feel.
right, oh, for sure.
Oh man.
And she does, I think, ask the right question of, what exactly is a keeper? And Sazed is, happier with that question. And he said that they're storehouses. They remember things so they can use in the future, like
Storehouses.
religions, but other things too. So, for example, languages. And so that's when she's kind of looking down. And she recognizes now the book from the palace. And he's saying he just happened across it while he was looking for her, and that it's in a very old language, but that he does speak at least enough to translate it. And she asks, "How many languages do you know?" And he says 172. To go with the what? How many religions was it? Like
So many.
I think it was 1,000 or something.
It was a wild. Yeah, it was a big
a lot.
one. Yeah,
He's got a lot of stuff in his brain.
It was a specific number though, right? Like it's always like
yeah.
that with him. Heavy data driven, if you will, in the storehouse.
Oh yeah. And so Clenny has no longer spoken that language, and that the Lord Ruler's unity movement of the 5th century made sure that no one speaks these languages anymore, and that the language people speak now is actually a certain dialect of Terrace, which is obviously his homeland. And so she's thinking like, wow, that's a lot of languages, and like, I think this is a good point too. I'm quoting a lot here, but there are just really good details. And she's thinking like, one man couldn't remember that much, and he says not one man, one keeper. What he does is similar to allomancy, but not the same.
Yeah.
And she uses her power to like, or like she draws power from metals, and he uses them to create memories.
Huge. I love that. Create memories.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful way of describing it.
And, basically he's going to get into this another time. And, this is when we find out that, some stuff about the Lord Ruler and that he hunts down, Terracemen, specifically keepers, and that there's almost like that breeding program because he doesn't want basically these people in existence outside of his own uses. And this is when we learned that most Terracemen are eunuchs.
Yeah.
And they're raised from birth to be stewards. And like they basically are controlling the population and only letting them breed when the Lord Ruler sees fit. So, obviously truly messed up stuff there.
Super messed up. Like, and it's like different, like you get the ska and then you have the Terracemen, and you don't really realize anything that the Terracemen have gone through up until this chapter.
Right. And I think his point to match what you're saying is he's saying that like he would have traded his life for that of a common ska, and that his people are less than slaves, that they're, they're basically just
livestock,
born into this lifestyle to do the Lord Ruler's bidding, and they're controlled in every way.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really sad.
Yeah, it's super sad. He kind of continues on that they're hiding these keepers beneath the Lord Ruler's eyes, and that some of the keepers have courage to, to try to fight back essentially and to rebel. It's not an easy task. Basically he's just saying it's not as easy as Vin's trying to make this sound, and
right.
To rebel, and that he's not so brave as she would think, and but he's happy that she thinks he's brave. And he does say, "I promised Master Kelsier that I would look after you."
Oh yeah.
And so she kind of finishes up here. She's asking like, "Hey, who betrayed Kelsier 3 years ago?" And this is where we get some interesting tidbits that the facts are not super clear, but most of the crew assumes it was Mare, and which is interesting because obviously she's the one that she got caught as well. They got sent to the pits. She died.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Like, why do they assume that she betrayed them? Like, was it intentional betrayal? Was it like she did something that everyone else didn't want her to do that like led to, that's very weird and interesting. And
it's a big pop.
I just don't know how it's going to, kind of come into play.
Right. Yeah, it's a big popcorn right there. That one's huge.
Oh, it's huge. And Sazed says that she was one of the only people who could have done it, and that the Lord Ruler himself implicated her.
Yeah. Which is nuts.
Yeah,
there's a lot there we don't know. Oh man,
yeah,
a lot there.
We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it.
Yeah, we will. We shall. We'll read and find out.
He's saying Kelsier's scars from the pits are, much deeper than the ones that you just see on his arms, and he doesn't think that Kelsier ever knew if she was or was not the traitor. Vin has that like, hey, my brother Reen says that anyone would betray you if they have the right chance and a good enough motive. And Sazed kind of hates that. He's like, I don't want to believe that or live in a world, basically. Yeah. But that's true.
I love that. I love that he just counters her, like, Reen thought, He's like, right. He's like, get that out of here.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not good. It's not healthy. Like, clearly Reen...
Not afraid to tell her.
Right. No. I mean, he kept her alive, I guess, but, like...
He's not the way.
No.
Yeah, he's not the way.
And then like we're kind of wrapping up the chapter with, Kelsier. Vin thinks Kelsier's different somehow, and Sazed thinks that like part of it, could be he's guilty about what happened to her, but a lot of it is that he's growing and like learning some new things about what it's like to organize this large rebellion, and that like this is better for him in the long run. And so that kind of sums it up, man. So Sazed's like, you need to go to sleep. Give your body the things it deserves, let it rest. And she gets up, leaves him. He starts scribbling away in the afternoon light, and that's the end of it, man. That's the end of chapter 16. And then that would put us starting chapter 17 on the next podcast. Well, so hit me with it. Hit me with your questions.
Yeah, man. I just like I want to know kind of like what kernels you tracking. I want to know what kind of like big pops, what your opinions were on some of the reveals in this episode. I think it was a really good one. A lot of fun, new information, a lot of new paths to go down, which is like really exciting for me to see because there are things that are in the back of my head that I'm just excited to be like refreshed to the introduction of. So that's really cool. But yeah, take it away. What are kind of your main kernels that you're tracking? I can't ask you all the questions at once.
So Sazed, there's something going on with these metal mines, keepers, and his glasses.
Yeah, that's the glasses. The glasses. The glasses are kernel. Yeah. What else could glasses? What are glasses? And are these important?
Glasses?
What are glasses?
Metal.
Metal on metal?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Trifocals?
I like it. I'm just trying to get excited about it. I like what you're paying attention to. So tell me more. Tell me more.
I'm still tracking. We didn't cover it this episode, but I'm still tracking Ellen Venture. I don't think he is as innocent as everyone's making him out to be as far as not being a Mistborn.
Okay.
I don't think that's true. I think that's going to come into play probably sooner than later. Or maybe it'll be a big reveal in like the 17th book in the series. Who knows?
I like it. Nice.
But, I mean, Kelsier, I think, is going to be changed after this, and he's going to not take as many risks.
He's definitely like weighing the costs, seeing Vin return back, like a figure enters the kitchen door in a dark robe, a large figure carrying a small, cloth wrapped form, just absolute, like mess. Yeah.
And then really, I mean, I'm excited for Vin to get back to her Lady Valette duties. I think that I just need some teenage drama, like
Yes.
prom drama in my life. Like
Yeah, dude.
I could really go for that right now,
Yeah, I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby.
baby. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Me
Yeah,
too.
I mean,
Hard on the Wheatus. It's a great part of the book. Honestly, I love
yeah.
that. There's some good intrigue there. It's fun. Yeah,
So,
I'm ready. I'm ready to get back too. I'm ready to go to some balls. Come on.
yeah.
What's going on?
Come on, bring on the balls.
Yeah, all right. So bring on the balls. Indeed. Yeah, no, and I thought also another Colonel, I like that you're paying a lot of attention to Marsh, I think, and I'm enjoying your opinions. I'm enjoying your opinions of Marsh.
Yeah. Right now, I'm thinking fuck Marsh. That's my opinion.
Yeah. All right. Right on. I love to hear it.
I mean, he could grow on me. Maybe he's gonna come back. But
yeah, maybe not.
Son of a bitch.
Maybe not. Yeah, totally. And then picking up on Lester Bornes, Spook.
Yep, Spook is spooking me out because he's creeping on Vin.
He's creeping on Vin. Yeah, he's definitely creepy on Vin. He's like, I think it's a little awkward. I like to think that I don't think it's necessarily been portrayed as like malicious or malevolent. I think it's more like an innocent kind of just a young boy in this world.
Do we get an age on him?
Teenage. He's teenage. He's around
but younger than her?
Maybe younger, but like not younger like that other kid was. That she I already forgot his name. the kid Ulif, the little kid in the gang.
Oh.
What was his name? It wasn't Ulif, was it?
I thought they were similar age.
I thought he was younger too, but yeah. Either way, he's like another apprentice of a Misting, whereas like Min's an apprentice of this Mistborn, and I think that's fun. I like Mistborn. I liked working on the. I kind of want to do some more translating of Lester Bornes. I want to attempt to. Because I've had more exposure
difficult.
I've had more exposure to his dialogue, so I think figuring it out, not even the first time I read it, I was like, nope, I don't know what you're saying. But now I'm like, not right now, I think, or like not anymore because you gotta, it was answering a question of like, this is your name. And he's like, that's not my name anymore. And now it's Spook because Kelsier calls me that, but just translating it's like kind of fun. It's a puzzle. And, as a second time read, it's good. I like it.
Well, hopefully he,
learns to talk better.
Yeah, like maybe he can get on Duolingo or something and just because it would make my life a little bit easier.
Oh no, for sure. You're not wrong there. Yeah, I like that hope for you.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Yeah, I mean,
I'm not saying anything, but I like that hope for you. Nice, dude. Well, yeah, no, that's super exciting. I think. Yeah, I'm tracking a lot of the same things. Lord Renault, I think, is another call out. I appreciate that you're tracking, and something that we don't really know a ton about. But ending this part 2 of Mistborn and heading into part 3.
Starting part 3.
I think it's nice. I also like that we ended part 2 and did part 3 in the same episode.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a nice time gap. I think it's fun. It's fresh. It's getting me excited to see what's going to happen now.
So fresh, so fun.
Yeah, so fresh and so clean. So fresh and so fun, clean.
Yeah.
I think that's how it goes. But
yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. You're on it. Yeah. Any last thoughts for you?
No, I really, I'm really loving reading the City Kyle. It's a lot of fun, buddy. And I just wanted to give, I think it's time we move on to our sponsor section of the podcast.
Yeah, shout out to our moms.
Shout out to the moms. Yes, dude, the moms. Nice. All right. Get it. Yeah. I think because we're editing it really helps to stay. I mean, I think it's always fresh, but yeah. Thanks, moms. And our wives. Thanks, wives.
And our wives.
Yep. We're doing better. We're doing better with them.
If you've got a strong, independent woman in your life, thank her.
Yeah, thank her. Thank her. It's a good idea. Take it from us.
It's a good idea. Give them a call. Thank them.
Yeah, thank them. Yep. Appreciate our dads.
We got
Thanks,
some.
Moms.
Our listeners have been increasing. By the time this comes out, who knows what's going to happen?
I know.
at this time.
Give us some stats.
Where we have some some listeners, so got some good downloads and got some friends.
Oh yeah,
old work colleagues listening. Shout out to Ryan. Shout out to Daniel.
Shout out to Joe. I got some cast iron interludes coming your way.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Just you wait.
Joe,
we didn't have
Joey
one today,
B.
but we got them. We're cooking them. They're in the oven.
Yeah,
right?
cooking them up.
I hear you, Joe.
And so shout out to Joe. Shout out to just anybody out here. Thank you for listening and come
Dale,
along for the ride.
Blake,
we appreciate you here.
Big shout
Dale,
outs.
Blake, big shout outs. Yep.
Tanya, Germany, shout out.
Thanks. Thank you.
Shout out to editing, Kyle. Thanks to the editing crew. A big
Christopher's
lift.
Been doing some editing. We appreciate it.
A little bit. Dropping the bucket. But shout out to editing, to the hours behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the scenes. And thanks, shout outs to us rambling on at the end of this podcast while everyone wants to go home.
Shout outs. Yeah, shout out to Stone, Pilsner.
Nice.
Thank you, Crispy Boys, Misty Boys.
Shout out to tap water that is, according to the EPA, partially contaminated with PFAS. So that's good.
PFAS. All right. A little bit of plastic.
PFOAs.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Maybe you could burn plastic and get some superpowers.
It does absorb into your body, and no one knows where it goes. Just kind of like elementic metals. So maybe I can tap into those resources at some point. Thanks, everybody, for listening to this episode. We're wrapping up chapter 15 and 16 here, moving on to 17. Don't know how many we're going to read before and how many we'll have in this next episode for you, but we'll make sure to post it on our socials so you know what to read before you jump into this next podcast. So make sure you're getting some updates from us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, give us some follows on X.
Don't forget to like that video and subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah, please give us some follows, some comments, some likes on our wherever you're listening to our podcast. Please give us a review.
Oh, please, yes.
Doesn't even have to be 5 stars. Give us a 1-star review if you hate this. That's fine. We
just try not to mention our full names, please.
Yeah, because we're really good at that.
We're really good at
it. So, but thanks everybody. We appreciate you, and we will see you on the next podcast.
Catch you on the Ironsides.